Bezos, one of the wealthiest men in the world, is spending, by some estimates, more than $50 million on the event.
The Bezos Earth Fund works with partners like the Green Belt Movement to carry this legacy forward. And we do.
You can't protect what you don't know. And I think people don't know about this.
Just days before Lauren Sanchez was set to marry Jeff Bezos in an extravagant ceremony in Venice, reports emerged that she had been served with a significant lawsuit. Sources familiar with the matter shared information with the press, turning what started as a minor dispute into a major public controversy. Once the story broke, news outlets and entertainment blogs quickly picked it up, fueling widespread speculation. Now, the big questions are, what caused this sudden rift? And could this be the end for one of the most prominent couples in the tech and entertainment world? In this report, we examine the facts behind Hollywood's latest high-profile controversy, transitioning from wedding bells to legal challenges. At the moment, tensions are high for Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. What was expected to be the week's biggest celebration, their wedding in Venice, has been overshadowed by a rapidly escalating legal dispute.
You know, I'd be getting married. I mean, life is just beginning. It is just beginning.
You are preaching to the choir right here. We love you. That's amazing.
It just gets better and better.
Yoga instructor Alana Zabel has filed a federal lawsuit against Lauren Sanchez, and the timing is striking. Zabel, author of Dharma Kitty Goes to Mars, claims Sanchez copied her entire concept to create the fly who flew to space. That book went on to reach the New York Times bestseller list, adding further tension to the dispute. The lawsuit emerged just days before Sanchez's planned wedding to Jeff Bezos. Insiders suggest this may be more than a simple copyright matter. Multiple sources allege that Elon Musk is quietly backing Zabel's case. Known for her decade career in wellness and mindfulness, Zabel built a respected reputation in the yoga community. She founded AIM, a yoga and lifestyle brand that includes studios, activewear lines, and wellness products. Creative expression has been central to her career, leading her to write children's books and memoirs that blend spirituality with storytelling. Musk and Sanchez have had a tense history, and Musk's rivalry with Bezos over their space ventures is well known. If these claims are true, this lawsuit could represent more than just a publishing dispute. It could be Musk seizing an opportunity to disrupt Bezos before his wedding, using Sanchez's book as the entry point. The timing appears deliberate, fitting Musk's history of targeting Bezos, particularly in the context of their space race competition. For Sanchez, the lawsuit places her in a difficult position, facing serious allegations while potentially being used as leverage in a high-profile feud between two billionaires. Zabel is not accusing Sanchez of minor borrowing. She alleges Sanchez directly lifted her story, altered it, and turned it into a best-selling work that boosted her public image as a media-savvy author and space-focused personality. With Blue Origin and SpaceX already in competition, some view this case as Musk's strategic hit against Bezos. The dispute, however, goes beyond intellectual property. It also involves personal history. According to court documents obtained by the Daily Mail, the tension allegedly began over a disagreement at Sanchez's 40th birthday party during a dance-off. Zabel claims this incident soured their relationship, and Sanchez later sought revenge by appropriating her book. The filing further alleges Sanchez even designed her Blue Origin flight suit to resemble one described in Dharma Kitty Goes to Mars, suggesting it was intentional. Their relationship dates back to 2008, when Zabel began offering private yoga lessons to Sanchez. Over the years, they developed a close friendship, sharing personal details and working together on the children's book project. If Zabel's account is correct, Sanchez took their collaborative work, published it under her own name, and excluded Zabel entirely. Their friendship reportedly dissolved soon after they signed a non-disclosure agreement related to their creative work. With the lawsuit making headlines just as Sanchez prepared to marry Bezos, the narrative has shifted from wedding celebrations to a public legal battle. Instead of celebrating her marriage, Sanchez now finds herself defending her professional credibility against a former friend who has become a legal adversary. While the lawsuit involving Zabel was already making headlines, a more damaging scandal soon emerged: a leak of Sanchez's private messages. Whether this was a calculated move or an accidental breach with costly repercussions remains unclear, but the fallout quickly escalated. Most assumed the copyright dispute would be the most difficult challenge Sanchez faced during her wedding week. However, it proved to be only the beginning. Just days after the Zabel story broke, prosecutors revealed Sanchez had sent text messages to her brother discussing her relationship with Bezos. Those messages were later leaked to the National Enquirer at the height of the affair's media coverage. The speculation about a connection between Elon Musk and Lauren Sanchez did not appear out of thin air. Both operate in the same high-stakes environment where billionaires and tech leaders frequently interact. In such exclusive circles, private exchanges at elite gatherings are common, and each encounter can later be scrutinized for hidden meaning. When scandals emerge in this world, it is natural for observers to look for deeper, more complex narratives that connect these figures' lives. For Bezos, the leaked messages created a separate and more personal problem than the plagiarism allegations. Beyond embarrassment, such disclosures can cause significant business harm, particularly for someone of his wealth and public profile. The timing compounded the damage. Bezos was already navigating one of the costliest divorces in history when this story broke, impacting not just his private life, but also Amazon's stock performance and his image as a corporate leader. Now, Sanchez faces both accusations of plagiarizing a children's book and allegations of leaking private relationship details. Both issues place Bezos in a difficult position where his personal life continues to create professional challenges. Sanchez's career trajectory from local news reporter to helicopter pilot to fiancé of one of the world's wealthiest individuals was once viewed as inspiring. Today, she is confronting legal and reputational battles on multiple fronts. These controversies reveal a possible pattern in how Sanchez manages high-pressure situations. While plagiarism and leaked texts may appear unrelated, both suggest calculated decision-making. Her damaged public image is now affecting Bezos' brand as well, raising the stakes for those who might benefit from the turmoil. This brings the focus back to Elon Musk. His name repeatedly surfaces in discussions about the situation, despite his public silence that only fuels speculation. The timing is notable. Musk has long been in competition with Bezos over space ventures. Soon after, Alana Zabel filed her lawsuit just before Sanchez's wedding. Sanchez reportedly had connections with both men, even facilitating early discussions between their space companies. If accurate, this means she could have had insider knowledge about both operations. As relations between Musk and Bezos became more strained, Sanchez's position grew more complicated. While no evidence confirms Musk is funding Zabel's lawsuit, the sequence of events has drawn attention. Their rivalry has alternated between lighthearted competition and more serious conflict. This episode appears to represent a different kind of strategy, one that undermines Bezos' credibility indirectly. From a business standpoint, the outcome could be advantageous for Musk. The copyright case portrays Sanchez as dishonest, while the leak allegations suggest both she and Bezos lack discretion. This combination damages Amazon's stock value, Blue Origin's reputation, and Bezos' standing, all while SpaceX continues advancing without distraction.
After a 15-hour journey overnight, the SpaceX Dragon capsule.
If Musk is involved in any way, he may have found a method to target his rival's most vulnerable area, his personal life, while keeping enough distance to deny direct responsibility. This is no longer just about rockets or revenue. The rivalry has turned personal, with Sanchez caught directly in the middle. She could be the unpredictable factor in a billionaire conflict that has moved far beyond the boundaries of space exploration. The deeper backstory to these legal troubles stretches back more than a decade. Bezos and Musk have been openly competing since the start, fighting over government contracts, exchanging jabs and interviews, and treating the space industry like their own personal arena. Their visions for the future are also at odds. Musk's SpaceX is focused on settling humans on Mars, while Bezos' Blue Origin aims to build massive space stations in orbit. Both have invested billions, and neither is willing to accept second place. Sanchez's connection to this rivalry lies in her ties to both camps. Before becoming involved with Bezos, she had connections with individuals in Musk's circle. This gives her a unique perspective, with knowledge of both operations that could be valuable or damaging. The timing of her current controversies suggests this long-standing Cold War between the two billionaires may be entering a more heated phase. The competition has shifted from purely technological and contractual battles into far more personal territory. Sanchez entered this high-stakes world with ambition, but somewhere along the way, she became part of the conflict itself. Her relationship with Bezos tied her to Blue Origin's public image, whether by choice or circumstance. At the same time, her past proximity to Musk socially and professionally has drawn renewed attention in light of recent scandals. For some insiders, the overlap no longer feels coincidental. Bezos and Musk manage their public images in completely different ways. Bezos prefers carefully controlled corporate messaging and traditional PR. Musk takes the opposite approach, posting memes, giving rockets unconventional names, and appearing to enjoy public drama. This contrast matters now because Musk doesn't need to take any direct action to gain from Sanchez's troubles. The copyright lawsuit and leaked messages are already causing damage without his interference. In the space sector, public perception has real consequences. Government contracts, investor trust, and the ability to attract top talent all hinge partly on how the public views a company's leadership. Negative headlines can mean lost opportunities and strained partnerships. Musk understands this better than most. His brand thrives on unpredictability, allowing him to withstand controversy. Bezos, in contrast, has built his reputation on being consistent and reliable, meaning personal scandals impact him more severely. When image is part of the business model, private decisions can create public fallout. This raises a lingering question. Was Sanchez simply following her heart, or was there a longer, more strategic plan in motion? Before these legal issues, Sanchez had already drawn attention. Her reputation in Hollywood and Silicon Valley was far from understated, and she had a history of relationships with men who wielded significant wealth and influenced professional athletes, tech executives, and other high-profile figures. The timeline of her relationships led some to believe she actively pursued powerful partners rather than meeting them by chance. When news of her relationship with Bezos broke, the narrative quickly took shape. Many didn't see it as a romantic story, especially given the timing. Bezos was still married to Mackenzie when the affair began, positioning Sanchez as the other woman in what became one of the most expensive divorces in history. Public opinion turned against her swiftly. Instead of being seen as someone who fell in love under complicated circumstances, she was widely viewed as having strategically placed herself in the life of another billionaire. The gold digger accusations began almost instantly. Despite her credentials as a journalist and pilot, Lauren Sanchez's professional achievements were quickly overshadowed by her relationship drama. Public attention centered more on her romantic life than her career. Sanchez didn't shy away from the spotlight. Designer outfits, private jet travel, and exclusive events became her norm. Her connection with Bezos started at business functions, where they naturally crossed paths. It deepened during Blue Origin meetings, allowing for more private conversations. From there, it progressed to personal messages and secret trips. The affair stayed quiet for a time, but when it became public, the impact hit Bezos hardest. His marriage to Mackenzie Scott ended, resulting in a massive divorce settlement. Sanchez, however, managed to navigate the controversy with minimal personal loss, while Bezos faced public embarrassment and significant financial consequences. She established herself as his partner and eventual fiancée. To many observers, it appeared calculated rather than accidental, a deliberate series of moves that worked in her favor. Yet as Sanchez embraced life in Bezos' spotlight, that light began to fade. Bezos seemed distracted by romance and public perception, while Elon Musk was emerging as the dominant figure. Musk became not only wealthier but also the most influential billionaire, maintaining popularity despite frequent controversies. Musk engages directly with the public, posting freely on X, launching cars into space, and live streaming factory tours as if they were personal broadcasts. He skillfully manages challenges, either by reframing them or diverting attention entirely. Bezos, meanwhile, struggled to do the same. His image became tied to extravagant spending and personal drama, making him seem out of touch. The divorce, leaked messages, and ongoing legal matters portrayed Bezos as someone losing control. In contrast, SpaceX surged ahead of Blue Origin, with numerous successful launches, major NASA contracts, and crewed space flights. Musk's focus remains on ambitious goals like reaching Mars, while Bezos appears more invested in luxury travel and high-profile leisure, with a partner often surrounded by legal controversy. Public perception reflects this divide. Musk is associated with innovation, rockets, electric vehicles, and groundbreaking technology. Bezos increasingly is linked to super yachts and tabloid coverage. The couple's Venice wedding, intended as a grand showcase, instead came across to some as tone deaf. Lavish yachts and romantic canals couldn't mask the optics and opulent celebration at a time when Blue Origin continues to trail SpaceX. Rather than prioritizing his company's progress, Bezos seemed focused on hosting a multi-million-dollar event that underscored his wealth. Still, in late June 2025, Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez managed to stage what many have called the wedding of the decade in Venice, a spectacle of luxury and high society.
Bezos, one of the wealthiest men in the world, is spending, by some estimates, more than $50 million on the event.
The celebration spanned 3 days, from June 26th to June 28th, with the main ceremony taking place on June 27th at San Giorgio Maggiore, one of Venice's most historic and picturesque islands. Rather than settling on a single location, the couple used multiple venues across the city, blending the old world charm of Venice with the kind of modern opulence only billionaires can afford. Roughly 200 of the most recognizable names in entertainment, technology, and business attended. Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Kim Kardashian, and Tom Brady were among the high-profile guests who traveled from around the world. Water taxis awaited to ferry attendees, and the heavy security presence likely contributed to the event's staggering costs. The celebrity guest list alone guaranteed extensive media attention. The timing, however, drew criticism. While Bezos was hosting dinners and posing for photographers, Musk was busy working. SpaceX continued launching rockets, closing major deals, and making headlines for business achievements rather than personal extravagance. The wedding reinforced an existing perception. Bezos now seems more focused on enjoying his wealth than expanding it, while his chief rival continues to gain momentum in the very industry where Bezos was once expected to lead. During the Venice festivities, Sanchez was also working on shaping something beyond her public image, her legacy. As vice chair of the Bezos Earth Fund, she has positioned herself as an influential figure in environmental philanthropy. But questions remain: is this commitment about driving real change, or simply about maintaining a polished public profile?
The Bezos Earth Fund works with partners like the Greenbelt movement to carry this legacy forward, and we do.
She helped launch the Greening America's Cities initiative, a 7-year, $400 million commitment aimed at creating and improving green spaces in historically underserved communities. The program reflects how Sanchez is leveraging her platform to address environmental inequality while strengthening her image as an advocate for sustainability and social justice. Her philanthropic contributions have been substantial and strategically aligned with cutting-edge environmental solutions. In March 2024, she pledged $60 million to establish centers dedicated to biomanufacturing and climate change research. Later that year, she and Bezos jointly committed another $60 million to the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation, enabling the restoration and improved management of more than 1.6 million acres of land across over a dozen U.S. states. Her work has not gone unnoticed. Conservation International honored Sanchez with its Global Visionary Award, recognizing her dedication to urgent environmental challenges that demand significant resources and immediate action. She also plays a prominent role in the Bezos Courage and Civility Award program, which has distributed $400 million to various philanthropists as of 2024, further expanding her network and influence in charitable circles. Sanchez's philanthropy extends beyond environmental causes to address social issues affecting vulnerable populations. She collaborates with the Bezos Day One Fund, which provides housing and free preschool education for homeless families. Additionally, she regularly visits the U.S.-Mexico border with This Is About Humanity, an organization supporting separated and reunified families impacted by immigration policies, work for which she was honored at their 2023 annual fundraising event. The question remains, did the lawsuit reveal Lauren Sanchez's true motives or simply highlight the strategy she's been executing all along? And what does the timing of the Sanchez-Zabel case suggest about how personal conflicts can be weaponized in the world of billionaires? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the next video on your screen. You won't want to miss it.